How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, thank you, Danielle. How are you?
Good. I had a chance to see the movie, and wow. I have to ask you, one of the things that struck me immediately was you playing Malcolm X as this very um, a character that was just wrestling with a lot of transition. The thought of knowing that his mentor and spiritual leader was flawed, the thought of possibly leaving the Nation of Islam. It was a very vulnerable portrayal of him, and you really capture the wrestling, the internal wrestling that he was actually dealing with. How did you? Why was it important for you to show that side of Malcolm X, that vulnerable side?
May I ask you a question? Where are you from?
Chicago.
You're from Chicago, and
Yes,
were this, you know, the stakes in Malcolm's life at this time and the specificity of the history around this moment? Were you,
absolutely.
were you fluent with the exact details?
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So I just that's because this is the first time I'm having a conversation where someone has like where you just struck right at the heart of like what the whole conversation between me and Regina was from the start.
Oh,
And
wow.
like, yeah, it's really that's basically my whole route into this film. Like it was really important for Regina to be confident and understand that whoever she cast as Malcolm was someone who understood not only the history for Malcolm in this moment and the monumental changes that were happening for him in his thinking, and the relationship with Elijah Muhammad, really his father figure and mentor, and that crumbling was everything to me in this
Right.
sort of preparation. And that was that was what Regina and I really connected on creatively, and we understood that like if this film is gonna work, if this film is gonna it Malcolm's the Malcolm's emotional undercurrent is the heartbeat of this piece, and that heartbeat has could only be about how exploring what it meant to be a man in that position, you know, what it meant to be a human being. And
Mm-hmm.
because he's such a hero for so many people, and I was just convinced that the reason why Malcolm is a hero, the reason why he was so brave, was because he must have felt so scared, and he still did it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like heroism and bravery is about feeling terrified and still doing it because you know what's right.
Yeah.
So that was a really amazing opportunity to get to explore the man, you know, the father and the husband.
It's such a different portrayal than and of other Malcolm X portrayals, and I just found it extremely interesting that you really tapped into the heart, like his heart and his love for his friends. At the end of the day, these are his four friends, and he's so passionate about that. And that's something else that you don't get to see a lot of, this love between four black men who just happen to be iconic in their own individual ways, but it's just four friends, and the love that he had for them, to the point of, tears at times, was just so deep. And his love for them. What were some of the challenges that you faced as an actor, if any, in deciding to play a role that's been played before? How did you put your own stamp on it to really give it a different heart?
I I was kind of the just on a really sort of like simple level, you know, as a jobbing actor, these opportunities don't come around, and so much of my job so far has just, you know, you're treading water and you're just trying to keep it going. And you know, if a detective pops up, you got to be that detective. And you know, if some little love interest here, you got, you know, you're just doing what you can do to like stay in it and stay active and pay the bills and keep having experiences.
Yeah.
So when an opportunity comes around, where you really, there's an opportunity to explore transformational acting, to play one of the most, incredible human beings we've ever had on the planet, and someone who's so rich and complex, and then Regina King's directing it, and it's a feature film movie, and I mean, what time it is when that's
Yeah.
going on, and just to have an opportunity to do an audition to play Malcolm is a luxury, like is a gift, because if anything, at the very, very least, you're going to get a long weekend to get to explore one of the most incredible human beings. And then Regina King might watch it if you're lucky.
Yeah.
So I was just really excited from the beginning. And I knew when Regina responded to my audition and we jumped on the phone, I think I understood that I needed to instill in her a belief, whether it was truthful or not, I don't know, but that I was confident and I was excited and I wasn't scared. I didn't want her for 1 minute to feel anything other than like I was ready for the challenge. And I probably was kind of, but no, I just feel like I've been sort of working and waiting for an opportunity like this for such a long time that I knew as it was happening that I was kind of ready and like I wanted to be a part of this. And I don't think Regina would have cast me had she not have like sensed that. Because when I auditioned, I mean, it was fine, it was good, but it was only 60% there. It wasn't there. I said, I need time, I need to lose the weight, I need the costume, I need more time, I need to work on the voice, I need to work on you can't prepare Malcolm X in 2 days. So
No.
it was a conversation that we had to really communicate. And I had my notes ready. I told her everything I wanted to do. I told her everything I was going to do. And, I think I grabbed her attention and convinced her that like I was ready to throw everything I had at it for the 10 weeks. And yeah, and then the rest is,
Amazingly portrayed. The other thing that I really, really loved about the film, and I actually mentioned it before, was the story of just four men hanging out after the fight. Like essentially, it's four friends hanging out after the fight, and that spirit of brotherhood that was portrayed was just such a welcoming kind of thing to see, especially between four black men. Can you speak to the temperature and the mood around the set between the four of you guys as you're building, and creating these characters? Was there a similar bond of brotherhood that you guys experienced?
absolutely. But I'd say more than anything, there was a deep, deep, deep concentration, and the energy that Regina created, and that was quite serious. Like I feel like all the like ha ha he fun and games, like it didn't really, we were I was trying to stay in character as much as I could. And
Mm.
I mean, I was shouting at the top of my lungs Malcolm speeches all day from the moment I came in. So I really wasn't messing around. And like that we did, yeah, we were on an investigation together, and the questions and the conversations and the trying to figure out who these men were and what each scene needed to be, and the playing of it was just, we were just all tuned in to trying to make the most of every beat, any kind of, do you know what I mean? We were really, as a group, obsessing with the subject matter and obsessing
Mm.
with the importance of the story. And it was the most focused, set I've ever been on. It was the most focused I've ever been as an actor. I was so stimulated. Like I could think of nothing. I couldn't think about anything else. It was just, and fun, in the watching of Malcolm and understanding, how funny he was.
Mm.
This man, I mean, funny. And like, I mean, he just had me in stitches over and over and over. The wit and the humor, and
Yeah.
just remarkable. And his work ethic, and just how damn smart he was.
Yeah.
just made me feel like, damn, I'm doing nothing with my life. I need to read some more books or something. You know? And he's a father and he's doing all this. He's taking over the world, you know?
Yeah.
So it's nuts.
And he was young. Like I had to remember, you guys were young in this film. I had to remember how young everybody was.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable, unbelievable when you think about what they accomplished at such a young age. So
Sam was 33. Malcolm was 39 when he died. So he's 30. I think Malcolm had just turned 39. And I mean, yeah, it's
yeah,
crazy. It's crazy. Jim was 29 or something. Like,
I could tell you what I was doing at 29. It was not taking over the world. So it was, but congratulations. It was such a moving film. It really, really moved me and touched me. And
oh, that was nice.
I thoroughly enjoyed your performance. So thank you very much for speaking with me today.
Thank you. I appreciate your words. Thank you so much.
Take care. Great. Thank you.